Hey guys, I'm willing to bet this isn't the first video you've ever watched about body language. In fact, I'm willing to bet you already know quite a bit about it. So then why do you have the experience that I have had so many times in my past where you actually try to use what you've learned about body language and nothing seems to be obvious? I mean, you see a woman and it looks like she's doing some body language that suggests she likes you and some body language that suggests she doesn't, and it's all confusing and mixed up in your head. Why does it never seem to mix with what you heard? Why is it never that easy? And the reason for this is that there's actually a whole element to body language that no one ever tells us. And that's that our body language is kind of controlled by two parts of our brain at any given time. So when we walk out in the public, we're doing two things. One, our emotions are trying to work their way through to what our bodies do, right? You walk into a room, you feel insecure and nervous, you want to hunch over, you want to take up less space, you want to not look at anyone in the eye, you want to look downwards, because these are all the body language cues of someone who's insecure and nervous. But logically, our brains take over and we try to force our bodies to show body language of confidence. So we purposely try to act more confident. We purposely try to take up space. We purposely try to look people in the eye and do all these things to appear confident. And everyone's doing that. So anytime you're around a woman, she is logically trying to make her body language say one thing, while her emotions are trying to make her body do another. And that creates static noise and makes body language really hard to interpret. So when trying to read a woman's body language, it can get very confusing. You can have a woman who loves flirting with guys. And so when she meets you, she is consciously, intellectually, logically trying to demonstrate body language that shows she digs you. She's flicking with her hair. She is, batting her eyes at you. She's crossing her legs towards you. She's leaning into you when you talk. She's touching you on the arm. She's doing all these things purposely while emotionally she feels no attraction to you whatsoever. Conversely, you can have women who are really shy and nervous. And you can meet this girl and she really likes you. But she is purposely, logically, actively trying to create body language that demonstrates she doesn't like you, because she doesn't want to be embarrassed when you find out that she's got a thing for you. So this can make it really hard to interpret. So what do we do about it? It's actually really simple. We have to turn the dial. You see, have you ever had the experience of going somewhere and you're really nervous and you're feeling so nervous that you cannot hide it anymore? You know it's being expressed by your body. That's what you have to do to people when you really want to tell what they're really experiencing. Now, I don't mean that you have to make them feel nervous and insecure. I mean you have to make them feel strongly. Whenever we feel strongly, our ability to control our body language diminishes, and our body language gets controlled by our emotions. So if you're talking to a girl and you want to find out whether she likes you or not, you can't just rely on having a regular conversation with her and hoping that her hair flicking and her eye batting or all these other kind of body language cues that we look for, we can't just hope that that's telling the truth. The way to get her to tell the truth is to do something that's going to make her feel. What could that be? Well, if you're talking to a girl and you say to her, you know what? I just got to stop you. You are so cute when you smile. It's absolutely gorgeous. What does she do in that moment? Now, this window of honesty, of body language honesty, it'll last for about 30 seconds tops. Maybe a minute if you're lucky. So you're going to watch her at that moment. Does her body language close off, turn away? Does she stop smiling as much? If her body language in that moment is negative, then she didn't like the comment. If you do it and all of a sudden she smiles more, she breaks eye contact, but her eyes kind of look down like in a shy movement as opposed to away, because eye contact looking away is generally disinterest, looking down is shy and nervous, and she gets more active in the conversation in the next sort of 30 seconds to a minute, it's a good sign that she really likes you. If it's not something that you say, it could be emotion. So if I want to work out if a girl really likes me, what do? Well, I might go to show her something on my phone and go really close to her and lean in really close. So I'm in her personal space for a very short period of time. And then I'm going to watch what her body does. I'll move away, sit back and just watch her. Right? Is she kind of more excited, less excited, a little bit flustered, or a little bit annoyed, or a little bit cold all of a sudden and standoffish? What is her body doing? Because only in that moment is her body telling the truth. Now, a really good example of this for me was I was asked to go on one of Australia's biggest radio shows and predict who had won The Bachelor, the two last bachelorettes in the show were being interviewed, and I had to guess who had won, who had been chosen by the Bachelor to be the winner. And both girls really loved him, so there were emotions involved. But it was really difficult for me to do. The reason being, I didn't get to ask them a question to make them feel something so I could watch how their body language would respond. See, it was useless to just ask the girls, how did you find being on the show? What did you guys think of Richie, the Bachelor? These questions don't matter. If I could have just asked these girls, if I could have just looked at one of them and said, so how did it feel to not get chosen by Richie? And just watch how her body responds, because she feels strongly about being the loser and she's not allowed to show it. But when I make her feel like a loser, it'll come out. And if I've picked the wrong girl to say, how did it feel to lose? I won't see any negative emotions there in her body language. And that's actually what I need to do. That's what you need to do. That's what anyone needs to do when they're trying to work out what someone's really thinking. Turn up the emotion dial. So guys, that's it. It's really short and simple. Anytime that you want to learn what someone's really thinking, you've got to make them feel. You've got to kind of turn up the emotions. You can't just watch them on a minute-to-minute basis. Because most of us, at all times, anytime we're in public, we're purposely controlling our body language and trying to lie with it. And the only time we can't lie very well is when we're forced to feel something strongly. That's the key, and that's what no one ever tells you about reading body language. Until next time, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, definitely like it, comment below, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Take care. Hey guys, do you get frustrated approaching women and then getting rejected? I'd like to invite you to my free 12-video training series where I'm going to show you how to make such an amazing first impression before you even say a word that rejection will soon become a thing of the past. See that button down there? Don't procrastinate anymore. Go ahead and click on it, and I look forward to working with you.